We're going to be great. This is going to be an awesome episode.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Talking Through the Medias, your home for entertainment news and reviews by fans for fans. Remember to smash that like and subscribe button. Send us questions, send us comments, because we want to hear them. I'm Amy Newman, and joining me today is the ever-charming Mr. Chris Fagan.
Worked on it today this time. She was like, I got that ever charming just sitting in the holster, just waiting for it. He's not going to top me with that enigmatic crap from last week. I can't believe that he beat me this time. I'm going to come up with something better next week. Watch. Then the darling, the super scientist, supercalifragilistic. I don't even know how to say that. Anyway, but all right, guys, hey, it's Chris. Yeah, that's right. I'm super jealous of Amy all the time. She's always destroying me when it comes to everything on this show. But, you know, it's a competition. She makes me better. That's the whole point of it, right? But guys, remember, stay active in the community. Send us those topics, you know, the ones that we want to read out to you on the trending, why is this trending thing, you know, mail us at mail@t3medias.com so we can talk about it. And if you want us to send us a comment, you know, that we can read on, you know, we got your mail. Yeah, if you want, you know, just send it to us at T3Medias on social media. But before we begin, I've been told by our sponsors to make this plug happen, that this show is officially being sponsored by Scrub Caps, Mask and More by Joy. I'm gonna have to put a little graphic in there and whatnot, because the website, for all of you guys who are subscribed to the blog, if you've been to the website lately, you've seen a little thing at the top. It's my fiance. She makes scrub caps for nurses and whatnot in her spare time, and she's selling a lot. And technically, it's what's keeping this channel afloat. So she's technically sponsoring the show. So there, I had to give a little plug. So if you guys are out there, if you're in the medical field, or if you just want to look like the cast of Grey's Anatomy with the mask and the hat and everything and the scrubs, go to the link. I'll put it down below. Let you guys get a look at that. Make your order. It goes to a good cause, you know, for hospital caps and whatnot. So if you know somebody in the medical field and you want to get supplies for them, Scrub Caps and Masks by Joy. Check it out. It's on Facebook. If you want to catch a podcast version of this episode, you can check it out on SoundCloud and iTunes. It'll be later on today after this episode airs. So check that out, and let's get right into the trending topics of the day. So, why is that trending? That's
You didn't warn me we were doing that.
I'm good. That's
Sorry.
I mean, I'm working on making that the official way to introduce it. Like we're gonna start the show off with, why is that trending? I don't know. I'm thinking
Get the whole live studio audience.
Exactly. I'm thinking about doing it that way. So, if you don't mind us reading a long one, and we're going to work on it together, guys. We're going to run down something that is trending. So, Amy, what is the first thing that's trending today?
Pretty big news in television. We have the list of the 2020 Emmy nominees, because apparently the world is not quite that on fire. We're still going to give out some awards for some good TV. So for our 72nd annual Emmy Awards, which will be held in September, we have a couple of the big categories here. For Best Comedy, we have Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, Insecure, The Kominsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Schitt's Creek, and What We Do in the Shadows.
The only one that I know from that list is not into the Good Place, and what else have I seen? The Marvelous Miss Maisel. That's the only one that I know of, so that's the one I'm going to probably be voting for.
Wow.
If I was a voting member.
You're voting for the Emmys, right?
Which I'm not, but that's the only one that I know of. Any of those lists, anyone from those lists that catch your eye?
I am really glad to see What We Do in the Shadows getting some love. It's phenomenal. I think it's one of the funniest, just kind of really sharp, really clever. We'll see how it goes at the actual Emmys, but it's nice just to see stuff like that I feel like is still a little bit in that underrated status, a little bit of the like hidden gem where occasionally you hear someone going, oh, you should check this out. It's nice. It's nice to feel like that's going to get a little more traction now. People may be checking it out.
Well,
Dead to Me feels like a weird. Like, does Dead to Me feel like a drama to anyone else?
well, best comedy, but it is a drama, but it is more funny to me than it is.
It's weird to me that it's in the comedy
Well, it's
category,
the
but
Emmys,
I guess that's fine.
they jam things, but
Yeah, I mean, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, no surprises there.
oh yeah, it's
Good Place, always great. I feel like Schitt's Creek has been sort of. It always surprises me how well it does at the Emmys, and not because it's a great show, just because it is like it's pop TV. It's like kind of silly, but like it is a phenomenal show. So
it gives people an
nice
excuse to say shit. That's how I feel about it. I just think
feels like a nice even spread too of like couple of bigger like TV things, couple of streaming services, little bit across the board, seeing like FX and Pop TV and HBO and little bit of everything. Exactly. Which I think is good.
But no, I agree with you with Dead to Me. But yeah, it's like 50-50, but I can see it being more comedy.
The comedy drama thing always feels like such an odd way to break it up.
Two sides of the same coin, maybe. Who knows?
Well, I don't know. It's odd to me.
Well, also being nominated, so you heard my voice crack for a second there. Also being nominated for Best Drama, we have Better Call Saul from AMC, The Crown, Netflix, Handmaid's Tale from Hulu, Killing Eve, The BBC, America, The Mandalorian, Disney Plus, Ozark, Netflix, Stranger Things, Netflix, and Succession, HBO. I mean, any of those, since I got you giggling over it, I don't know what I could have
real
said.
Fast, I'm going to need to hear that authentic British accent one more time.
The BBC, the BBC.
The BBC.
I got my little Cockney accent, governor.
I love, I feel like maybe not underrated because it's a spinoff of a huge show, but like I love Better Call Saul. I'm always glad to see that get a nod. Right. Glad to see Stranger Things get a nod. I thought their last season was really fantastic. I feel like my gut instinct is it will probably go to like The Handmaid's Tale or Killing Eve. Mandalorian could be a surprise.
I don't know. I would say
people loved that show, and it was really good.
But best drama, I'm gonna have to say the Ozark. The ones you mentioned, yes. But if I was to give a top three, I would have to throw the Ozark in there because if you haven't seen that, as far as drama, but you know what? As much as I hate to admit it, because I don't hate to admit that I'm a fan of it. I hate to admit that it's probably going to beat my pick. My pick is the Ozark, but don't sleep on The Crown. I did not know that the Queen and the King had so much drama, man. I can't get enough of that show. I'm always my favorite. The best thing I like about that show is the drama within their marriage that I had no idea about. I know that they conceal it very well. They try to keep it out of the press, and I know the Queen doesn't like this show. She hasn't watched it and all that because it's like those crazy Americans are getting all of our dirty laundry out there, and I love it. Oh man, I love it. I was like, oh Queen, oh my God, you better get your man. You better get. That's how I am when I watch that show. I'm like, Elizabeth, you better get your man because he acting a damn fool now. But what else do we have on this long rundown?
I was just talking to someone. I'm like, there's so many categories. Like the way the Emmys break it up, I'm just always like, wait, what is that even nominated for? We have Best Limited Series, but it's a lot of stuff I would just think of as dramas. Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu, Mrs. America on FX, Unbelievable on Netflix, Unorthodox on Netflix, and Watchmen on HBO. I feel like it's going to go to Watchmen, right?
I haven't watched it yet, so
but I feel like the buzz I've heard, it just feels very.
All those nominations, it probably is, but
yeah, I think it might have been the leading. I want to say it was the top.
I think
nominated,
or tied for it. Yeah,
usually a good sign.
True that. Next one was Best Actress in a Comedy. Christina Applegate for Dead to Me. See, that makes more sense than drama, right? Rachel Brosnahan, if I'm saying that right, The Marvelous Miss Maisel. I loved her in another series, but I'll get into that later. Linda Cardellini from Dead to Me. Tracy Ellis Rose, Blackish. Catherine O'Hara, Schitt's Creek, and Issa Rae, Insecure. Is Issa Rae?
I think it's Issa Rae, yeah.
Issa Rae. If I was to
You
guess,
know, see, to me, again, it's like, I feel like Christina Applegate just does so much damn crying on that show.
but she does so much crying and then just an outburst of anger out of nowhere too. So it's just like, it's so funny. So I don't know. I feel like this is Marvelous Mrs. Maisels to lose. I don't know. That's just my feeling.
Well, she's won at least once. I want to say maybe a couple times. I feel like there might be a bit of I could see Catherine O'Hara getting it, just a bit of the like legacy award of like, she has had such an amazing comedy career and she is so funny on Schitt's Creek that it's just like I feel like it's one of those situations where it might turn into we should just give it to Catherine O'Hara for being Catherine O'Hara.
It's 2020, you know. I mean, she deserves it.
I will say that's a pretty stacked category.
It is very stacked. So I'm looking forward to that. That's one of the categories I'm definitely looking forward to seeing. And I wouldn't be surprised no matter who the winner is on that one. What's the next category we have?
Also a solid category. We have Best Actor in a Comedy. Anthony Anderson for Blackish, Don Cheadle in Black Monday, Ted Danson for The Good Place, Michael Douglas in The Kominsky Method, Eugene Levy in Schitt's Creek, and Rami Youssef for Rami.
And
again, solid
list. And then after that, if I can get my graphics to work properly, the next category, I believe we had Best Actress. Didn't we already do that one? Best Actress in a Drama. No, Best Actress in a Drama.
Don't discount how many damn categories they
have. Exactly. We have Jennifer Aniston in The Morning Show. I need to check that out because I've been hearing good things. Olivia Colman in The Crown. Jodie Comer in Killing Eve. Laura Linney in Ozark. Sandra Oh, Killing Eve. And Zendaya, Euphoria. That's a show that I definitely need to watch because everybody keeps telling me about it. Have you watched Euphoria?
I have not. No,
not even. Too busy watching Killing Eve.
Honestly, I've been finishing up the last season of Better Call Saul, and that is One Hill I'll Die On of the two, Bob Odenkirk and I think her name's Rhea Seehorn. Both just kind of a little bit of a snub, and I think they both deserve at least a nomination. They both do just some really phenomenal work on that show.
Yeah, they do. And what was the last category that I decided to list? Because we're not listing them all.
We got our Best Actor in a Drama: Jason Bateman in Ozark, Sterling K. Brown for This Is Us, Steve Carell for The Morning Show, Brian Cox in Succession, Billy Porter in Pose, and Jeremy Strong for Succession.
That is, it's funny that I did not. I just realized that all that work I was doing with the lower thirds, and for some reason, it did not pop up. Again, for some reason, I'm gonna have to fix that graphic later. I just get so mad at myself. I'm such a perfectionist, but off subject right now. The Best Actor in a Drama. I don't know. I need to watch The Morning Show because I want to see what Steve Carell is doing on that one. The only one from this list that I've seen is Jason Bateman. Now I can vouch for Jason Bateman, but I don't have anything else to compare it to because I'm very curious about all of them except for This Is Us. It's just a show that I refuse to watch. I've heard how tearjerkery it is, and I just
sad
don't
enough anymore.
I
I'm good.
I think that whole thing is just. I'm gonna have to wait until like the pandemic is over and all that and stuff, so I can watch something like that. But after hearing a little bit about that, it's like it's just a show I can't invest myself into emotionally.
I gotta say, like I said, a good spread of sort of your standard TV channels and streaming services. I will say, I know there's been a lot of backlash in the past for just having, a real lack of diversity in award nominees like like Oscars, Emmys, that stuff. And I saw some stuff coming out that this is a more diverse year.
It's funny though, but let us know what you think about all the Emmy categories and who are you looking forward to? What shows are you rooting for out there?
And do we even care this year is my other question.
Seriously.
Who's like, oh boy, time to watch a bunch of actors Zoom in for the Emmys.
Exactly.
Yeah, like,
How are they gonna do this? You know what? That's what I should have researched. Like, how are they expecting to do the Emmys? Everybody's at home. Like, I want to thank the Academy for FedExing this award to
right.
me.
The
So,
world's on fire,
you
but
know,
like, congrats, I guess.
spraying their award with Lysol. And, oh, thank you guys. I love you. You know, and well, we'll just see how it goes. So, guys, let us know what you guys think about that, and we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. So, Amy, what else is trending out there? Let's get through this.
Well, some exciting news reported in the Houston Chronicle. Joe Rogan is moving to Texas in search of, quote, a little bit more freedom. Rogan announced the news of his relocation from Los Angeles to Texas Friday on his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. The move likely comes as little surprise to Rogan's fans, given that the popular comedian and commentator has previously hinted at relocating to the Lone Star State, according to The Hill. The 52-year-old, who is also a UFC commentator, reportedly stands to save millions of dollars in taxes due to the move. Rogan signed a deal in May with Spotify for more than $100 million to air his podcast exclusively on the streaming service beginning this September, according to the Wall Street Journal. Well, the deal would be subject to a 13.3% income tax rate in California. Texas forgoes individual income taxes, resulting in $13 million in tax breaks, Newsweek reported. Rogan retains ownership and editorial control of the Joe Rogan Experience, which reportedly brought in $30 million in revenue in 2019 on YouTube, according to Newsweek. Rogan has not revealed where he will be based in Texas.
Houston. He's coming to Houston. No, he's probably not.
Pass him off to you.
Yeah, okay, come on, bring it on, Rogan. You're gonna have me on the show, right? No. It's funny how, and I wish this would have been a more entertaining kind of like an article, like Joe Rogan decided to move to Texas and he's bringing his zany old friends with him. It's gonna be a good time.
No, just like you don't want to pay taxes.
It's just it's literally just, I don't want to spend this much because I want to keep it, and I think Texas will do me a solid. So that's basically what it's all about, and it's kind of funny. So I mean it's true. The cost of living is just cheaper here. There's another actor that I watch. I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. His name is Miz. He started on The Real World, I believe, on MTV, and he always said, "I'm going to be a wrestler. I'm going to be a big time wrestler and stuff." And people were like, "No, you're not." And he became a wrestler, and not only that, he's been doing it for about almost 20 years. Never really been seriously injured. He's very good with his money, very smart, and he's had his fame go up and down. And now he's been doing it so long, he's one of those fan favorites that cannot be booed anymore. It's like, even if good guy or bad guy, they love him. But the reason why I bring him up is because he has a reality show for him and his family, and called Ms. and Mrs. And they did that. They were living in California in season 1. They moved to Texas in season 2. And by the end of season 2, we're moving back to California because, I guess that's their lifestyle. But I'm like, the house that they had in LA was a very, very big, very nice house. And I can only imagine, for probably half the money that they were spending on that house in LA, they got an even bigger house near Austin. And I mean, like, they call it their last name is Miz. His last name is the Miz. He calls himself the Miz. And he calls his house Casa La Miz. So I'm wondering if that's also part of it. The tax break where he gets with his company, getting away from, I guess, I don't know. It just feels like
I'd say cost of living such a big, especially if you are established in the field you want to be in. I have a definite, I love LA. I love living in LA.
But the cost of living.
If I was established in the industry, I could see getting a part-time house somewhere else and just flying out when I needed to.
People in the medical field do it all the time. Traveling nurses and whatnot. You can, if you're based out of California and you go to work in another state that the cost of living is way cheaper, your pay doesn't go down to adjust for that. No, you're still getting paid like you're out of LA, and you get to live, wherever. And I wish I wish I had that ability, because even if I'm not mistaken, what is the minimum wage in California right now?
It depends on where you are exactly. I want to say LA County. It's been a while since I've done like a minimum wage job. I want to say, but not that long. I want to say 13 or 14 in LA County.
I think it's.
And then like but like there'll be little like LA's so bizarre because it's like I technically live in like Burbank right now, which is its own. It is. Yeah, it's 13 an hour right now. It'll go up to 14.
You get hazard pay for living in Burbank. No. But I mean, the cost of living in Texas has got to be a factor in it. I'm sure not just the tax breaks. I'm wondering if the surroundings, or if he thinks that maybe his audience is. I don't know. I always felt like Joe Rogan.
He's on Spotify, so it doesn't. I think that's a big part of it. Of like, you can do what you're doing from everywhere. So why not?
It's not going to affect anything, but the bottom dollar. But I mean, at first I always looked at Joe Rogan as to be like one of these guys who was not really on the left or not really on the right. But then more people are feeling like, no, he's leaning one. I'm wondering if there's like changes or anything in his style or his delivery, if it's really I'm kind of over this LA like way of living, if there's a stereotype of what he's thinking about LA or something like that. I'm wondering if that's part of it.
He just really loves Tex-Mex.
Maybe.
And just wants to live somewhere he can just have that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, call me Joe. We'll go to Jack in the Box. I mean, it's cool. I mean,
is that your Tex-Mex?
No.
Just like 2 for $1 tacos?
Oh yeah. I mean,
what's in those? I'm so scared to ask. Could someone please tell me in the comments?
What's in a Jack in the Box taco?
Is it meat or is it not meat? I literally don't know.
It's grease that's been pressed.
There's like that brown. Anyways, I'm kidding. But if someone works at Jack in the Box and can tell me what that is,
what that meat is called?
I mean, what is it? It's not meat. Feels generous. That said, they're my favorite food, and if I could eat,
I know Taco Bell's meat is sawdust is one of the ingredients, if I remember correctly, and I'm not even joking about that. It's sawdust. It's wood. You're eating sawdust. That's one of the ingredients. Look it up. It's true. It's a fact. Guys, let us know what we're just rambling. I just had to force feed that Joe Rogan thing in there because I'm excited about it. It's another win for Texas. We're stealing it from LA. So, you know.
Joe Rogan really the win you're ready to hang your hat on?
Not really. I mean, if he wants to have me on the show, I mean, that'd be great. It'd be good promotion for us. But I don't know what else to talk to him about except for the Chappelle Show or something like that. What's Dave like? That's probably what I'd be saying the whole time. I don't have anything else to talk about. But let us know what you guys think. You guys excited? My fellow Houstonians, my fellow Texans, are you guys excited about it? How bummed are you guys out there in LA? You're losing a superstar.
We're good.
Let us know what you guys think. And we might talk about it on We Got Your Mail. So, Amy, what is the next trending topic we have on the plate?
Dave Franco is currently prepping to play Vanilla Ice in an upcoming biopic about the 90s rapper. The movie, titled To the Extreme, is, quote, inching closer and closer to pre-production, Franco said in an interview with Insider.
What do you think about that? Can you not wait to see that movie?
It's definitely not someone I ever thought about, like, ooh, I want to know the real story.
Yeah. Oh, where did Word to Your Mother really come from?
I guess it honestly just depends on tone. Like if it's kind of a little tongue-in-cheek, and I feel like almost like the I, Tonya route of like a little bit like get why this is like more an interesting person to make a biopic about than like, oh, I love this person, I have to know their story. And like Dave Franco's definitely kind of a fun casting choice, and I think he might have the chops to make it sort of fun and interesting. But yeah, it would definitely just be like, who's writing, who's directing, what's the tone. If they make it fun, I think it could work. But
no, it's going to be dark. It's going to be dark. If anybody knows anything about that one moment that Vanilla Ice went through, there's this dark moment in his career when producer of the former owner of Death Row Records, Suge Knight, had that little encounter with him to get the rights to that Ice Ice Baby song. I think, if I'm not mistaken, hung him upside down off a balcony to force his hand into giving him the rights to that song, or else they threatened to kill him that day. So I mean, that's probably the only scene I'm going to be looking forward to. Like now that Suge Knight is not.
You don't see how that could just be like, not like wacky funny, but like kind of a weird dark comedy.
I don't think he thought it was funny.
No, I'm sure he didn't, but
if they decide to make that a wacky funny kind of a thing, I'll probably be taken out of it. Because Suge Knight was a scary dude.
Oh, he absolutely terrifying.
So I'm
but it's not the Suge Knight story. It's the Vanilla Ice story.
But if he's the villain, like almost like the way Straight Outta Compton was done. I mean, Suge Knight was one of the people considered like to be the antagonist. There was many antagonists in that film, but Suge Knight was one of them. I'm wondering if that's the route they're gonna go. How like his rise to fame, and then he goes into that encounter, and then when he became a joke, I guess, in the industry after. I mean, say what you want to say about Vanilla Ice. The dude could dance, man. That dude had some skills, man. I mean, I remember watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Secret of the Ooze, and that song, Ninja, Rap. That was my jam, man. That was my jam. I'm telling you, I don't know. Have you ever seen a turtle get down? I'm like, that's the question that we all needed answering that day. I'm just saying.
Well, tell us in the comments if you've ever seen a turtle get down.
That's right. Go Ninja, go. Okay, we'll talk about it on We Got Your Mail. All right, what is the next trending topic of the day?
Our last topic of the day, the Ellen DeGeneres Show is under internal investigation by WarnerMedia following multiple allegations from former staffers, according to multiple reports. Reps for the Ellen DeGeneres Show and Warner Brothers Television declined to comment when reached by EW, but a rep for DeGeneres did not immediately return EW's request for comment. The investigation comes after a BuzzFeed news report featuring 1 current and 10 former staffers who spoke anonymously about their experiences on set, which they described as a toxic work environment filled with racism, intimidation, and fear.
Ellen, no. I mean, the way that article was written, toxicity and fear, the way it ended in fear, I was like,
I mean, I've heard, I feel like this has sort of been an open secret in Hollywood for a while now.
That she's mean to people?
Yeah, that she's kind of
Oprah or something like that mentality or something like that. Like you think.
Well, and I feel like, because I've definitely heard that rumor, but then I also feel like more what they were alleging in the article, a lot of what was being discussed was less like Ellen was mean to me and more like, I feel like someone was even saying in the BuzzFeed article, if I remember correctly, they were talking more about like, I think she's just so sort of untouchable, and they sort of like, she doesn't know what's going on. Like,
you think it's more about just like protecting her and keeping her happy, and it's the culture around her, all of her, yes men.
I feel like that's kind of what they were saying. Though like I said, I have also heard she's difficult, but I wonder if that's. I mean, I feel like it would be hard to be that famous and that sort of protected and in that kind of bubble without it affecting how you interact with the little people.
I imagine an assistant named Glenn who gets chastised if Ellen's shoes accidentally untie, and he's like, Glenn, and yes, Mr. Jones, just rushing to tie them real fast, like moron, or something like that. No, I don't know. I mean, she comes off so likable and whatnot, but we do have precedents of these things where people who are like monsters or whatever, and I'm not saying she's a monster, but just mean or difficult in real life, are protected and so feared that people know about it, they talk about it, and they still protect that person, and are afraid to ruffle feathers. I'm not making the comparison. It's just the only comparison I can think of off the top of my head, like Cosby. I'm not saying that she's as bad as he is, but the whole thing about people kind of knowing that he was doing it, and for years still feeling like he was untouchable because no one was doing anything about it.
And I do think there's a degree of like, she's not at that level. No, so I think it's part of why it's been more like an open secret than like, we need to take her down.
Right.
And I think there has been even, over the past like couple months, more of we should listen to people saying, I feel like my race is, why I'm being treated differently at work, why, really listening to those experiences and trusting them and not going, well, are you sure it wasn't just, so I feel like that's a big part of it, is it's a lot of that, like, more like microaggressions and subtler stuff. And like, she's not pleasant, but she's not a monster. That now all of a sudden we're going, well, wait a minute, why are we putting up with that? And if people are saying there's an issue, we should probably listen.
Is Ellen stronger than cancel culture? I think could it be like that similar situation from the cast of Glee? Like, could people be piping up a little bit more aggressively now because they feel emboldened? Like, hey, these movements are happening now, just like with the Me Too movement and now the Black Lives Matter movement. Now I'm not afraid to shed light to this. I don't care who it is now. I feel like people will listen. Do you think that might be a little bit of what's the combination of Me Too and Black Lives Matter combined is probably giving people the strength they need to finally express how they feel about it, because Warner it seems like they're taking it seriously. They're doing, but how? I mean, this show makes a lot of money. She's a very powerful person and very loved by millions of people. How do you think Warner Brothers will do on their own internal investigation of themselves in this kind of situation? I feel like
if it goes like any of this stuff ever goes, they're going to throw an extra couple employees in there of like, you're here in charge of making sure we're not acting inappropriately in this realm, and this person's in charge of making sure everyone's happy about this, and they're like, we solved the problems.
Yeah,
that's my guess of how that will go down.
I feel like there's going to be a lot of non-disclosure agreements being signed when this is all said and done.
We did, like no one in the article was willing to use their name, I feel like.
Oh, yeah. They probably already signed
We did turn it over to a vote, too. Is this on the Twitter page, I believe?
Right, it was, yeah.
Asking, do you believe there was toxicity on the set of The Ellen Show? And currently, 80% said yes. 20% said no, they do not believe it.
And that's right there. That's only in our little vacuum of followers or subscribers who took the time to vote. I mean, it's already a landslide on the. I guess, like I said, based on what they've read, based on what they probably heard before this all came. Well,
again, 80%. It's been kind of an open secret. Like, there's no reason for 10 or 11 random people to come out of the woodwork of like, I'm going to potentially shoot my career in the foot and like a bunch of the people don't even work there anymore. So it's right. I do like to think the 20% was just Ellen DeGeneres and like Portia just like making different Twitter accounts. Like, no.
Yeah. And Glenn. Like, I'm finally going to be heard. But she, I don't know. I mean, maybe this will be, I wonder how this is going to affect the show and her moving forward, because I enjoyed her hosting like the Oscars and things like that. So I mean, if she's guilty of this stuff, then then screw it, let her go. I mean, but if this is something that can be worked out and whatnot, I'm hopeful for that. If it's something that can be worked out, and let it be worked out, because Ellen does do a lot of good things for a lot of people. She brings light to and attention to a lot of positive stuff. Yeah,
and has done a lot of great, just her existing as sort of like a mainstream figurehead was huge for the LGBT community. Right.
So if anything, Ellen, if this is a like a wake up call or whatnot, or to whatever the culture is going on in there, if it's a wake up call to fix it, because I mean, this is not the time to be messing around with cancer culture out there. But let us know, guys, what you think. That the link to the Twitter account where you can lend your voice if you believe that in this story that it's happening, or if you're one of the ones who are like, no, I don't. Maybe it's overblown, or it's not happening at all. Lend your voice. Let us know what you guys think. Overall, like we said, it's 80-20. That yes, it's believable by some of you guys, but it's going to be up for the next 7 days. So let us know what you guys think, and we'll probably talk about it again on We Got Your Vote or We Got Your Mail. Well, that for episode 141, and I just realized I have to fix that graphic because it says It says 140 still on there, so that's another thing I gotta fix. That's the show, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you thought about everything. Did you like what you saw? Then support the channel any way you can. Become a subscriber. Send us a like. Send us those questions and comments for us to read out on We Got Your Mail. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at T3 Medias. I'm just your humble host here, Chris Fagan. You can always follow me on Twitter and Instagram, Chris Fagan 1980 on both of those accounts. I want to thank the enigmatic, the mysterious, the inevitable Amy Newman for helping me out on this channel. Say, I told you I'd get you. I'd knock you out with that. And let us know, let the guys out there know where they can find you.
Thanks for having me, Chris. I am on Instagram at amy.n.newman and on Twitter at amy_n_newman. And in your mirror, if you say my name 3 times with the lights off.
Yep. She did it again. Found a way to. I just got through watching The Ring and The Grudge versus The Grudge. I don't need this. Violate, stuff like that.
Oh, I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't think any guy that I've been with has ever recapped. They'd be like, wow, that was amazing. But